Hi, I'm Todd Kenreck, and this is Invader Boom. This is our special interview on Dead Rising 3 with executive producer Josh Bridge. We'll be hearing about why we love zombies, why he loves zombies, his personal zombie apocalypse plan, and of course we'll be hearing a whole lot about Dead Rising 3.
I think in a sort of post-apocalyptic scenario, it's really appealing in a game to answer that question, what would you do? And it's a great way to sort of live out those fantasies. And we take it further with Dead Rising, where we just allow those fantasies to go really over the top, right? Like, you need food, you need some weapons, you need to find some other survivors to team up with to survive. But then we go further and further with like, you know what? I think there is just an inherent appeal in killing zombies. There's a dark humor in there. You know, like you kind of skewer them with the weapon, see them sort of react, and then cut them in two. There's a morbid curiosity, I think, that scratches a dark sort of inner part of ourselves, too, that we still want to keep trying out and playing around with. It takes place 10 years after Dead Rising 2. You play as Nick Ramos. He's trapped in this outbreak that's been going on for about 3 days in the city of Los Perdidos. He's sort of banding together with other survivors, and they're just trying to figure out a way to escape before they die. It's filled with zombies.
Let's play!
And this takes a story arc that connects all the way back to Dead Rising 1 and ties up a lot of loose threads. But it's also a story that if you don't know anything about Dead Rising, you'll get it. You're this everyday Joe, and you're just trying to survive. It's the game we've always wanted to try to head towards. We went a lot deeper on leveling and customization. On the customization side, we really liked combo weapons that we worked on Dead Rising 2, but we wanted to free that up. High level is like, okay, let's play how you want. So we made customization way more accessible for weapons. You can do it anywhere. You first start off learning the key ingredients, but through leveling, you can make that not key ingredients. You can virtually combine anything with anything anywhere. And then we were like, bigger world, driving. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but that'd be kind of boring if you just drive everywhere and you're safe. So we put all this effort onto zombies, interacting with the cars. They climb on it, they hang off it, they affect the steering and the physics and the momentum of the vehicle. And then, you know what? Let's customize those vehicles. We have two modes in the game, and the first mode that we started really talking about was zombies are the enemy, not time. So you can take your time, you're not going to be pushed. And with that, that means the game needs to be deeper, right? The zombies have to have more depth. There has to be varying types. We didn't want to go into sci-fi or fantasy realm, so we tried to keep the types reality-based. So like, you know, you'll see a prison bus turn over and there'll be a big hulking prisoner zombie, and you're like, oh yeah, he's tougher. You kind of get it, right? There's like a fireman zombie, and they kind of do the last thing they remember doing, so the fireman's like swinging his axe around. So he's pretty deadly, and you can't burn him. Flame retardant outfit. So we added a little bit more depth in there as well. And then we really focused on the controls, like getting attacks feeling more fluid, movement more fluid, combos, you know, with a light and heavy attack on the face button, improving shooting, so you can really switch between styles on the fly with the hundreds and hundreds of weapons we have now.
Getting the hell out of this city. I'm taking my friends with me.
With Dead Rising, it's like a toy for me. I love the idea of creating this sandbox, like we're kids again, and you have all these things that you kind of put in the sandbox and play around with. And it feels really creative. It feels like creative expression. And it's really something I'm passionate about. Is like, I love games that tell me a big cinematic story, but I really want to be able to impart a portion of myself into all this, so I tailor the experience to my own. And I think that in that, with zombies and that outlet of horror, because I love horror genre, I think it's just really fun to actually bring those two together with Dead Rising. They were my outlet. They were a fantasy. They were the thing that I always spent the most time with, just wanting to sort of see what it was like to be in that world. And it was the closest I think I could ever try to be in that world, and I feel like I could be in control and see what those rules of that world are. And that's really attractive. We do have co-op. We went deeper on co-op this time. You have your own unique character for each of you, so that it feels, and it's tied into the story, so it actually feels a lot more engaging. Sharing in a creative experience, so sandboxes are fun, but it's incredibly more rewarding to play in the sandbox with someone else, right? And so going in there with your own characters, going through the story together, you can play through out of order if you want, so you both have meaningful story progress. It's actually the game excels at that, right? It really comes to life when you're actually playing co-op.
What's your zombie apocalypse plan? Like, for real, you have to have a plan. Everyone has a plan. What's your plan? Like, are you going to go Home Depot? Are you going to go Safeway? What are you going to do?
Well, I already got the plan. I have motorbikes ready to go. Got portable supplies ready to go. There's one stop by Costco, and then it's off to the woods, up into the high peak of this mountainous area, and then we're just going to lay down with our guns and have some fun.
This is Invader Boom, a brand new YouTube channel devoted to video games and nerd culture. We'll have videos coming out every single day, so please subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And thank you again for watching.